Greetings and welcome back to Queen Tasha TV. I'm Queen Tasha, and today I am going to be doing a new moon oracle reading. I just recently started doing this on my channel, and I'm excited to share and be enlightened by the wisdom of the gods and all spirits around. So, I'm not incorporating a full ritual in this, but the full moon is happening at June 18th, which is tomorrow. Today, if you're watching this, I'm filming this the day before, and it happens at 12:37 a.m., which is technically like tomorrow, but also tonight. So, so I am going to be doing a pull from the cards that was suggested mostly in the poll that I did, which is the Goddess Power Oracle. But before I get into all of that, how you doing? If you're watching this because you want to get some wisdom and knowledge, this is for you. Before I jumped on here, I asked the cards for wisdom and guidance for the collective and my tribe specifically. So, if you are have any new moon intentions or you're seeking guidance, I hope that today's reading gives you just that. But happy new moon, happy almost summer solstice on next Wednesday, and happy Juneteenth coming up on Monday, and happy for life. Shout out to my friend Amanda Ashley Life. That's her Instagram. She gave me this shirt. It says, "Get your mind right, mental health matters." And I just really like it because it's black and like the colors are bold and there's a rainbow. But yeah, she has a business. She is a therapist that incorporates cannabis and other medicine, plant medicine, incorporated in her practice. And so I just wanted to shout out her business. We did a little collab with her business. I just wanted to shout her out. So, before we get started, we always want to smudge and cleanse the space, open it up for guidance, open it up for ancestors to come through. Just in general, do that. I am going to use a juniper smudge today. My friend gave me. Shout out to Jaguar. And it smells really good. So good. It smells like wonderful outdoors. So I'm gonna get that going. May the message come through to you with love and light, and peace and blessings, and abundance and love that you need to hear today. It just smells very earthy. It's like put that there. I also, just for the fun of it, want to I love the smell of Palo Santo. A little Palo Santo going. I am currently at a dog park. I was going to do this reading outside, but Mother Nature thought otherwise. She is going to rain all day today, on and off. Like right now it's kind of sunny, but it's like storming in the background. You hear that? It's just our mother speaking through here. The goddess speaking through as well. Hopefully there's no distractions. Hopefully it doesn't rain while I'm doing this. I'm hoping I'm right in the little window of it not raining because it makes it really loud, and I'll probably stop, wait for it to stop raining, and proceed, because it just gets really loud. And the sound, right now I'm working on just phone sound, so let's hope for this. Just gonna have a little water before I get started. Alright, so this is what the cards look like. And with this deck, you shuffle the cards so that they can, like, it's the same. I mean, the card looks the same upside down or whatever, but the point is to move them around so that you get some cards that are in the up position or the right position, and then you have some in the down position, because there's two different messages in the book based on the way that they are pulled when you are shuffling. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle. While I'm shuffling, please think of some new moon intentions. Maybe say it out loud. Now, a lot of times people get hooked on, is new moon intentions, is it new intentions? No, it can be the same intentions that you've been working on, just resetting them, resetting it in your brain, in your mind, in your thoughts, and your intentions, to keep moving forward. Maybe you're stuck, maybe you had to take a minute. All of the above for me. And just getting refocused. I know one of mine has been getting refocused and self-discipline. And I've been really proud of myself over the last 2 weeks, after having like weeks and weeks and weeks of setbacks and disappointments, that I'm bouncing back, and that, like, I did a fitness challenge last week, a 7-day ab challenge, just because I'm just like, I need to work out and I want to have consistency. I'm great at challenges, but I just didn't feel great at committing to like a long thing. And so the 7-day challenge just happened to pop up on my YouTube, and I was like, yes, I'm doing this. And it's my favorite, Blog Lattie's 7-day ab challenge. And then this week, I've been pretty much almost going to the gym every day, except a few days, but I went to do like a stretch challenge. I wanted to just like really stretch. I don't be stretching real good. And I'm getting older, and I'm just like, you need to stop playing, girl. So I was like, let me just go in the gym and stretch. Do a stretch video, and then get my massage and shower. And so yeah, I've been proud of myself in just resetting my discipline, because I have really fallen off. It really depresses me when I'm not able to do things the way that I want. And it's because of depression that I can't do things the way that I want. So it's a double-edged sword. So yeah, I am refocusing, self-discipline, self-motivation to do the things that I want to do, and just really fighting through depression and not letting it get the best of me, because it had strong hold on me through the winter. My birthday is coming up, and I'm planning that, so my other new moon intention is just to live in abundance and to know that I'm gonna have a great birthday regardless of if I'm by myself or somebody goes last minute. I waited a long time to try to even think about where I was gonna go, and I'm still really indecisive. Like, I still haven't booked anything, but the plan is to book my 40th birthday vacation by the end of this new moon cycle, which I have 2 more days of freshness of the moon energy to really set in what I want to do for my birthday. Right now it's between Colombia and Jamaica. I really want to go to Jamaica, but I don't want to go to Jamaica by myself. Colombia is really budget friendly and also solo friendly. And so I'm just like, and I've been wanting to go to Colombia too. It just wasn't on my list for like birthday vacation type thing. So we're setting that intention as well to book my vacation for my birthday. And I would say, because I like to have 3, my third intention would be to reach out to people. Like, really reach out to people. Like, I be in my head a lot about how I am as a friend, but like, unless I really act it out, like, is it really a thing, or is it just me being delusional? A delusional introvert. And I have a quite amount of people who I have not even asked directly on a birthday. So yeah, just to contact people and to be to give love so I can receive. There we go. So I think we've shuffled enough. I'm gonna do, so the spread that we're doing today, I'm actually gonna pull the cards out and put them on the table. I adjust the camera so you can see the cards and what I'm doing. So this is the book, and the spread that we are doing is actually a large spread. The last spread I did was only 3 cards. I'm actually going to follow a template spread in the book, which is the New Moon Intention spread, which is a 6-card pull, and I'll go over what each card represents in just a moment. So as I'm pulling them and putting them in position, just trying to spread the deck out so I can really feel for some cards, and maybe you guys can guide my in spirit, my hands on which goddess wants to send you the message, and myself. So in the 6-card New Moon Intention Activation spread, the first card is the position 1 card is, what do I need to know about the quality of my current intentions? So I'm going to pull this card. I'm going to flip it up. It's in the downward position, and we have Persephone, inexperience. So she goes here at the top. The second card, and the number is 42. Going over here. So the second position is, how do I co-create from my most empowered self? Flip up, and we have, I don't know how to say this, is Arianad. It's time, which is the number 3 card. Let me know if you know how to pronounce that. Thank you, goddess. So she goes in the 2 position. I'm feeling like this card, this is like blatantly obvious. This is the card. So position 3 is, what actions do I need to take in order to ignite the magic of my intention? Demeter, nurturer, and this was pulled in the upright position. Number 11. Ooh, I love pulling 11s of any kind of serial. This is a good sign for me. All right. Then the number 4 position is, what do I need to do to co-create my highest good at this time? All right, this is in the upside down position. This is Shakti, transformation, 45. She is beautiful. I love these cards. They're so vibrant and beautiful. This was in the upside down position. So put that here. And I'll arrange all the cards once I grab all of them. So position 5 is, what is the potential outcome of my intentions? What is the potential outcome of my intentions? Upside down position. Morgan, death and magic. Number 37. I don't know if that's pronounced right, but goddess Morgan. Upside down position. Number 5. What is the, wait, I did number 5 already. And number 6, sorry. How, if at all, do I course correct to be in better alignment with my intentions for my highest good? I really like this card. The last card. It's really pretty over here. So I'm going to go with this one. The calligraphy on here is making it hard to read, but might be the cot, the in between, number 19. I already say that, but we'll see it in the book. And this was in the upright position. Alright, so let's move all these cards, the rest of these cards out the way. We've got a long story to tell. So let's readjust these in the order that they go. 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is what they look like here. Alright. Alright. So I will read once again like what the position is before I read the actual part. So, position 1, Persephone in experience, is, what do I need to know about the quality of my intentions, of my current intentions? Alright, and she is 42. She was in upside down position. So in this book, there's 2 messages, the empowerment message and the alignment message. So when it is facing upward, when you pull it, then it is the empowerment message, and when it's faced downward, then it is the alignment message. So sometimes I read both just because I want to get both perspectives, and sometimes they tell the story of who it is, like in the first one, but for the sake of time in this video, I will only be reading one. So here we go. This one is the alignment message. The goddess Persephone was forced to pay a high price at institution for what she thought were innocent actions. Today, she is a wiser goddess and is encouraging you to stop what you are doing and pay attention to the red flags. Don't take a bite of the forbidden fruit unless you are willing to pay the price. The alignment task offered to you by Persephone is simple. If you feel unsure in any way about what is being offered to you, step back and ask, do I have enough knowledge and strength to explore this without attachment to what lies ahead? If the answer is yes, jump in. If the answer is no, consider the wisdom of waiting. For this, where something better now manifests for you in divine timing. Don't fall for the seduction. It won't be worth the price. Short and sweet message. What I got from that, at first I didn't really feel like I was like really resonating with it for me, but I felt like this was really for somebody out there. But also, in my current situation, paying attention to the red flags. I think I'm hypersensitive to red flags, and it's like I pay attention to them like too much, to the fact that it's almost like how Taurus are like bulls, and they just like this is a hyper focus on just one thing, like and the red just like ignites them, like I'm usually am wanting to deflect or get out of the situation when there's red flags because I can sense them and interpret them a lot quicker. But for me, the first thing that came to mind was like when I was reading this was in my business life. It just came up to that brought up to me that maybe I need to take a break so that I don't burn out, and that's very true, which is why I'm excited about going on vacation. And that will be a short break, but 10 days is short to me now since I've been on a month one. But it's just enough time for me to go and be away from my RV and my dogs, and I love all of this. But I need a break, and I need a break from the United States. It's just like I gotta go somewhere. So because it's been a while, and that's travel brain and the love of travel and the travel love language is real. Like some people are addicted to it to the point where it's like if you don't have it, then you're just like sad. And I'm not addicted to it in that way, but I definitely know that it recharges me for sure, and I haven't had that recharge in over a year, so I'm ready for that. But I know that for me, that the answer is yes when it comes to do I have enough knowledge, strength to explore this without attachment to what lies ahead. Yes, because this current thing that I'm growing, like, it's a learning experience the whole way. And it just came to my attention of like something that it could be so much bigger than even I had even thought out originally, and I'm excited to learn how that's going to work out. So yes, so we will move on to the next card, which is the position 2. How do I co-create from my most empowered self? Oh, I forgot to say thank you, Goddess Persephone, for that message. How do I co-create from my most empowered self? Is Arian Rock? I don't know. Arian Rock, which is time. How do I co-create from my most empowered self? Time. That's for sure. And it's in the empowered message. So it says, right now, you have all the time in the world to reach the fullest potential of your intentions and desires. Ariane, I really need to figure out how to say this. Ariane Ra, the Celtic goddess of time, is your ally, and she will ensure your timing is perfect. The hours will expand to gift you with the space you need to complete anything that you started. Today, recognize that no matter what is in front of you, time is your friend. Consider that everything you intend and desire also has its own relationship to time, and all will come to you in the perfect form and in the perfect moment. Patience, dedication, and quiet anticipation are delicate yet potent allies now. Ariane Rod is your champion, and your timing is perfect. Yo, my relationship with time, it's rough because it's like I am living consciously in another dimension. Time doesn't exist. You just do when you want. But I also live in this physical realm of existence, in this 3D matrix, that time is moving so quickly. And it's because we are shifting into another dimension. But it's just like, it is June. And I'm like, what? And my birthday is in 2 months. And I don't know why milestone birthdays are just so prolific when it comes to aging. I love aging, and I'm aging gracefully. But yeah, I just, all of the programming and the constructs of time living on this planet, it definitely is part of my regular anxiety of like I feel really good about myself when I'm very productive in the morning, and I get a lot of stuff done before like noon. It's not like major things, but it's like, oh, if I had my tea, did my morning routine, went out with the dogs, did a little work, and then got into start doing work and got a bunch of stuff done from 10 to 12. Like, that makes me feel good. When I don't, or I'm just like running behind, or I'm just getting started at 12 o'clock, like I feel defeated just to even start, because it's just like I know by a certain amount of time, walking my dogs and then having to eat and break my fast, and then I get tired. Like, between 30s, and I don't know how 40s is gonna be, but most of my 30s, I've enjoyed having a good time. My 20s, I took naps during the day so I could stay up late. And if I had to wake up early, I always just figure out how to manage my time and know how much sleep. Like, if I get home, do this, get in the bed, and go to sleep about 4 hours of sleep, and then I can get up and do that's how we managed our time in our 20s. 30s is or at least for me. Yeah, so my relationship with time has just been so wonky since my awakening, and I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how to manage it. It causes a lot of anxiety, for sure. But I also I have been trying to practice, rewarding myself in the sense of, just speaking kind words to myself, giving myself grace. If I feel like I need to rest, then I need to go rest. There's been a couple times where I needed a nap, and I don't take naps regularly anymore. Like, I used to be an everyday napper in my 20s. Like, every day I had to have a nap after work. And I rarely take naps now, but every once in a while my body's just like, you need a nap, and I'm like, you're right. So I just give into that rest. I'm just starting to really learn how to be in tune with not what my body wants and desires. So yeah, thank you, Goddess. That's key for sure. You just have to wait for divine timing, because that is truly. All right, so the next position is position 3, which we have the card number 11. Which we have the card number 11, and it was Demeter, nurturer. And she was in the upside down position. Yeah, she was in the upside down position. Let's see what this goddess has to say. Hey guys, so I realized while I was editing this video that for Demeter that I was supposed to read the empowerment message, and I actually read the alignment message. So I'm going to read the empowerment message really quick just to insert it here, just in case anybody caught that and wants that message, and then I will continue on with the rest of the reading from which I read. So the empowerment message is: Giving to others is a wonderful feeling when you have a healthy sense of yourself. You want to share your love, your inspiration, and your experience, and the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the harvest, Demeter reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You're now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well-meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. Now is the time to nourish yourself too. For giving must be balanced by receiving. Allow yourself to feel how the universe is like a wonderful nurturing mother that is always there when you need her. Demeter says to trust that you are loved and cared for all day, every day, and for all time, especially now. I feel like both messages resonate, so I'll leave it up to you. So here is the alignment message that I read during the reading. So the alignment message is: do you sometimes overgive to people until you're an empty well? Perhaps you've attached others who are needy and want you to look after them, or you might be in a pattern of people pleasing because you're afraid to set boundaries. There is a sticky quality to connections based on this need to be needed. Although the possible repercussions for setting boundaries are in your mind, your body holds on to fear tightly, so it can be scary to make a change. No one wants to admit that they are manipulative or codependent, but it's important to be honest about where you find yourself now. Demeter knows the price of this way of being, as it causes her to lose something so dear to her. Now she has come to show you another way. Your alignment task is to recognize that it's time to step back, take a breath, and say no to the behavior and people you know are draining you. It's that simple. The divine is the one with the plan. Gather your love, your nourishment, and your self-worth. Choose how you nurture and how you want to receive it. You are so loved when the goddess Demeter brings you her nurturing energy to help you course correct. Wow. Man, this comes through so boldly for me because during the full moon reading that I did, make sure you check that video out. I was releasing things that no longer served me, and in that intention, you know, there are some people that fall into that, you know, boundaries were set. There was a time for being able to practice boundaries with this person, and they were relatively receptive to it, but it never really still worked out good. So it was just like, and I've come to a point now where I'm just feeling like I'm ready to detach this for a while. The season of that relationship has definitely come to its time, and yeah, I am definitely a people pleaser for sure. I was just pondering about this the other day, that like I really need to have that, but in a healthy way. And I've been surrounded by narcissists for so long, and like I don't know what it's like to experience that in a healthy way, like being able to express being a people pleaser in the sense, or just wanting to give and that making me happy, to be able to give somebody or not give, but like bring somebody happiness through the love that I share with them. But how can I have that in a happy way without it draining me? And then I get to a point where I'm just like, fuck yeah, I can't deal with you no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have that type of connection or bond with anybody any longer. I would like to have a non-toxic people-pleasing relationship with friends, family, significant others, all of the above. Just learn how for it to not drain me. And just also learning how to manage, you know, energy, and transmuting people's energy of projection to me from their own experiences, and not absorbing that, and being able to deflect that so that I can still pursue with love. Because once I've already absorbed your energy, I've lowered my energy to be, and I can't express love that way. So it's just like it ends, because I keep trying, it's just draining me down. So if you feel that way as well, put it in the comments. If you're a people pleaser and you're ready to not be the one that is constantly drained, but you still want to be able to be who you are and serve your purpose on this planet, but not in a toxic way. So yeah, that position was, what action do I need to take in order to ignite the magic of my intentions? It's basically, don't drain yourself, and course correct, and the goddess Demeter will be there to help you and guide you. Thank you, goddess. Let me get some water. All right, position 4. I can't remember. She was there. I want to say these were all. So the next card is position 4. What do I need to do to co-create my highest good at this time? And you have this card, Shiitake Transformation, in an upside down position, card 45. So the alignment message Sometimes people and situations come into your life as the kind of change agent that turns your life upside down. What you thought was real and expected is challenged by someone else's perspective or behavior, which you have no control over. This can be painful and deeply confusing, but the creator goddess Shiitake wants to offer you her guidance. Can you see how everything that is off balance is serving you now? Can you see how everything that is off balance is serving you now? Helping to open old wounds so they can finally heal. You know you are seeking this change, this magical metamorphosis for a better life for you and your loved ones. Right now, your alignment task is to love that part of yourself that sabotages your efforts to move forward. Love the insecure you, the one that is jealous, the one that sees not enough when the world is truly full of potential. Life loves you, the feminine aspect of the universe, the greatest goddess herself. All your angels and your guides and helpers remind you that you came here as a spiritual being, learning to co-create the world anew. Thank you, goddess. Ooh, that came in strong for me. That came in strong for me. But yeah, the alignment task is right. Love that part of yourself that sabotages your efforts to move forward. And that insecure you, and that jealous you. Learn to love that part of yourself. That's your shadow side. That's your shadow side. And man, I keep saying this, and every time I try to set up an opportunity for me to do it, it's not that I chicken out, it's just like I haven't been able to fully commit to it, whether it was a meetup and then nobody was coming and then I cancel it, or I don't feel like driving out there or whatever. But I really need to do a rage ritual. I found for my shadow, because I am a lioness that is very cool, calm, and collected until she is pushed to that point. And when I do get to that point where I'm pushed, a lot of times I hold it in because I am the matriarchy in a sense. I am the queen. I have to keep it together so that peace and love and productivity continues on. And I suppress a lot of that stuff. Unfortunately, it's a coping mechanism that I've had for a really long time, that I'm aware of, and that I know what helps it, which is being able to scream and shout and hit stuff and, just take a baseball bat and just go to town, like on the earth, and just like let all of that out of my body. I find that is the best way for me and my shadow side to express themselves. And I haven't had a chance to do that in a while, but I have all of that. And sometimes I just self-check in my mind, like if I'm looking at something and I'm just like, I really wish I could be at that point. Not in a jealous way, but also then I self-check and I'm like, good for her, like, you go queen, because I want everybody to win, because if I'm surrounded by winners, eventually I will become a winner, in whatever that means for me, success and stuff like that. But yeah, falling in love with your shadow side is just something that I'm continuously working on. I don't like to cry, because it's just a mess. But that usually happens during a rage ritual too. Crying, anger, adrenaline, and just like power. it's another reason why I really enjoy boxing. And I haven't boxed in a long time, but I just watched a documentary of Michelle Carr. She, on her channel, Challenge Accepted, where she does different random, usually physical, long challenges, and she became like a professional boxer. And I've done a little amateur boxing match that was like really cool. And then I've also taken boxing. I've done kickboxing and I've done actual boxing. I prefer actual boxing over kickboxing. Kickboxing is more of just a exercise and workout with a bag, and boxing is like a technical skill of how to control energy and power through your body and precision, and I really enjoy it. If I could be somewhere long enough to do it, and or have it die, I would really like to do it. But I used to have a pair of gloves. I used to have a boxing thing when I had a place. I had a big pink punching bag with a stand, and I used to beat the shit out of that thing after my breakup, and it was great. And it was really helpful in recovering from my breakup to be able to just like bag it out. So anyways, I say all that to say, if you haven't given your shadow side some love and attention recently, then you should probably do that. I should probably do that. We should. So yeah, thank you, Goddess Shiitake, for that message. So we're moving on to the next position, which is position 5. What is the potential outcome of my intentions? And we have Morgan, Death and Magic 37. In the upside down position, again, the alignment message. We need a lot of alignment. I'll tell you what, it's right. Oh, I need a lot of alignment. We getting there. All right, alignment message. She's a Celtic goddess. It doesn't say that in this story. It says it in the first story, so I thought I'd just point that out. Well, I got cut off because I ran out of storage. Thankfully, I looked up and saw. Hopefully, I don't know where it cut off. So I am going to start from the beginning just so I can have the whole message be in one take. The alignment message. Magic is everywhere and in all aspects of life, including death, dying, decay, and what is dark and hidden deep within our very nature. Yet in our modern culture, we spend so much time in denial, concocting ways to avoid death, refusing to allow nature to be true. We've lost so much wisdom as a result. You've been invited to address the areas in your life that no longer serve and that need to die, without a promise of what will take its place. Do you need to walk away from someone, a way of behaving or thinking? Like the caterpillar who has no idea how to be a butterfly, you must surrender to the process of metamorphosis. You must make room for the miracle while at the same time not demanding certainty. The magical death goddess, Morgan, offers you the alignment task of self-inquiry. What death are you resisting right now? What darkness do you need to bring to awareness? How has fear ruled your choices? Who could you be if you had the courage to look at life on life's terms? Your magic is so much stronger than you think. You can do this. Your dream depends on it. You can do this. Your dream depends on it. Morgan will be with you every step of the way. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, Goddess Morgan, for that message. Yes, magic is all around us, and I think that this death card, the death and magic card coming through is really interesting because, yeah, that's something that, you know, the death of a relationship, my relationship with a friend, also my relationship with the Purple Palace. Like, I know that it's coming to an end, and I kept holding on and not to say it's gonna die. I really hope it doesn't die. If it die, we're still using it, but like, I just know, I feel in my body like it just wants to sit and rest, you know, like, and that I there's nothing else more that I can do, and that I'm ready to move on, you know, like I'm just ready for my next thing. And for a while I refused that. I refused to give up this relationship, and now I'm at peace with being able to do that, because I know bigger and better opportunities, upgrades, and blessings for me are coming, as long as I can release things. It's also coming with releasing things, you know. It's death. It's like letting it go when it's already decaying. You know, if you've ever seen people who have food in their refrigerator that clearly is old, like clearly like fur, fuzz. They had no intention of even eating it when they put it in the fridge. They should have just thrown it in the compost or away when they were done making it. But they refused to like clean it out and throw it away. I'm just like, why? Yeah. So self-awareness and the alignment task of self-anchoring. What death are you resisting right now? What darkness do you need to bring to awareness? Yeah, for sure. I would like to have a death to this system that's happening, that we're all holding on. More and more people would wake up. It's starting to detach a little bit, which is good. But you know, there's a lot of people just holding on to the old system. I'm just like, let it go, let it die, so we can have the new thing. The new thing is way better. It's gonna be so much better. Trust and believe in that process, that we cannot take this with us. You can have all the money and gold and diamonds in the world, and even if they put it in your tomb or in your grave, you still can't take it with you. Let that shit go. Send that stuff back to Africa. And the last card, position 6. How, if at all, do I course correct to be in a better alignment with my intentions for my highest good? Comes from the goddess. Let's see what her name is. I'm just trying to that page. It's an H. See, I was getting B vibes. I don't know why I thought that was. Hecate, the in-between. Number 19. She is in the upright position, finally. So we are going to read the empowerment message. Empowerment message. You are standing in the liminal space between what was and what will be. Who you have been and who you are becoming. The Greek goddess of crossroads and the in-between, Hecate, welcomes you to her domain and reminds you that neither place is your home. You're being tasked to carefully choose the direction of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions. Now is the time for hasty action, now is not the time for hasty actions or stubbornness, but a fierce self-inventory. Bless the past for what it has provided, and release all attachment to the stories of what was. Now is the time to understand the responsibilities required of you as you move forward into a new version of yourself that is yet unformed. What do you want to become? What kind of life are you prepared to live? And how will you wisely yield your power to co-create a new world, beneficial for others, not just yourself? You have the magic of Hecate pulsing through you and calling to you to answer. Say yes and step into the unknown to discover what is not yet manifest. As soon as you do, the goddess Hecate will bring her eternal torch to light your way. Thank you, goddess. I feel like the overall message, just after reading that one, like from the cards, is, and this sounds so just like I was raised in the 90s, but check yourself before you wreck yourself. The overall message is like you really need to do a self-inventory check of where you are at mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, goal-wise, all of these things need to be checked. Like it's a good time for a self-inventory, just in general. And I think that is a really great new intentions activation, is to see where you're at and see where you can improve, where you need to hold, and where you need to release. I think a lot came through as well to get rid of stuff that no longer serves you. Like, it's holding us back to have people and more things in our space, in our energy, that are not allowing us to ascend, to keep us on this plane of just existence, where the existence is not connected, it's not aligned. And I think a lot of my relationships, just in general, have come from fear of just like not wanting to be alone and not wanting to, and just getting attached to people based off of that, which ends up being just a long-term trauma bond, which I'm learning more about. And yeah, I don't want it. And it's not that I wish bad on that person or that I think that person's a bad person. Like, not at all. Probably one of the coolest people I've ever known as an adult. It's just their energy is no longer, I can no longer have space for their energy. And it no longer serves me. We're not in alignment with each other. We're not on the same vibration. All of that stuff. We're not a match energetically for it to make sense. And the more and more that I am self-aware of that and setting boundaries from the get-go, and for not just to other people, for myself, mainly for myself. Having boundaries and keeping them, not allowing people to transmute my energy, not allowing people to intrude and or disrespect my energy. I allow that. It's a self-sabotaging thing we do to try to have friends, to try to be nice. And I've released that attachment of wanting to be nice. Like, I am kind. I am very kind. I'm compassionate. I'm empathetic. But I am no longer nice. I need to be nice to myself. I don't need to be nice to anybody else. I am respectful. I am kind. I am compassionate. I am loving. But I don't want to be nice. But yeah, I am going to close the reading with that message for myself, my intuition. and from all of the 6 beautiful goddesses that appeared today to bring us this message for the new moon in Gemini, which my moon, if you're into birth chart stuff, is in Gemini. I'm a Leo sun, Gemini moon, and Pisces rising. And my moon is in its sign right now for this empowerment from the goddess. So I'm glad that I chose and that the community chose the goddess power oracle for today's reading. I'm already feeling my goddess power coming back through this new moon and these next cycles, because I know change is coming, transformation is coming, and at my time will slow down. When I ascend to the next level and release what no longer serves me, it truly is like weight on your shoulders when you're so I'll leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy me doing these readings for you, and that you will come back each new moon and full moon to see me do these readings in different cards, or different oracle cards that I have. This is my way to practice training my intuition and to connect to the collective virtually and invite you guys into what I do for my own spiritual growth. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with anybody who's into this type of stuff. That's all for me. Peace and blessings.